Welcome back to the show, everyone. If you've bought a car recently, think about what you did before you ever stepped onto the dealer's lot. You were probably scrolling through your phone, watching videos. Today, we're unpacking a fascinating white paper titled The Video Advantage, focused on the UAE automotive market. Joining me is the author, Sebastian Fuchs, founder of the Motor Guild. Sebastian, it's great to have you here.
Thanks so much, Sarah. It's a pleasure to be here. You know, you hit the nail on the head. The showroom visit is no longer step 1. It's step 10 now. The real showroom is actually the screen right in your hand.
Absolutely fascinating. Now, your white paper puts some striking numbers behind that. Can you tell us about the research you found?
Certainly. We discovered that the average car buyer watches 19 videos before making a purchase. That basically means if a local dealer isn't providing those videos, someone else definitely is. Over 75% of auto shoppers say online video directly influenced their purchase decision.
Wow, 19 videos, that's incredible. Where in the buying process does this video consumption happen most?
The key takeaway for dealerships is where in the funnel this happens. Video just completely dominates the consideration phase. Shoppers use test drive and walk-around videos to narrow down their shortlist. If your website only has static photos, you're competing at a massive structural disadvantage.
So to understand the current state, you actually benchmarked dealerships in the UAE market. Tell us about your methodology.
Yes, we did. We reviewed 12 major dealerships, 7 huge OEM franchise groups, and 5 independent used car dealers. I have to say, the results were quite shocking. We found a massive disconnect. Some of the most storied luxury franchise operators in the country, groups selling brands with deep motorsport and video heritage, have virtually no video on their websites.
Really? That is surprising given their marketing budgets.
Exactly. And almost none of them are even on TikTok. On the flip side, you have independent used car dealers like Alba Cars who are setting the gold standard. Alba is running 6 connected channels. They have autoplay video on their homepage, and they're just dominating social media.
That sounds like the classic David and Goliath story. Why do you think the independents are outperforming the big franchises?
The independents are forced to build trust quickly because they don't have the massive manufacturer brand behind them. So they use video to prove the condition of the car. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, TikTok. It's the fastest growing, most underused channel.
Why do you think these big dealerships are so afraid of TikTok?
It comes down to a misunderstanding of the format. A lot of traditional dealership groups inherit polished cinematic TV commercials from global headquarters, but TikTok actively rejects that. TikTok thrives on pure authenticity. Automotive brands on TikTok see a 40% higher conversion rate than on Instagram. This is specifically because user-generated content, like a salesperson doing a genuine, unpolished walk-around of a new car, feels real.
That makes perfect sense. So it's more about authenticity than production value?
Precisely. It's a format gap, not a budget gap. A glossy ad feels like you're being sold to, but a quick 60-second video of a salesperson showing off a cool feature feels like advice from a friend. And short-form vertical video is where consumer attention has totally shifted. Videos under 90 seconds are the absolute sweet spot.
But let me play devil's advocate here. If I'm a dealership manager moving 200 cars a month, how can I possibly create that much video content?
Right, that's exactly where the industry is getting stuck. It's a workflow problem. The math just doesn't work out if you're thinking about hiring film crews. But the good news is, there's a whole new category of software built just to solve this. In our white paper, we highlight several automation tools, including our own suite at the Motor Guild called Lisa Automotive.
How exactly does that work in practice? How does software replace a video editor?
Great question. With a tool like Lisa, a lot of the heavy lifting is done by AI. A dealership employee takes a simple walk-around video with their phone. The software automatically stitches it together and stabilizes it. It adds AI-powered background removal to make it look like it was shot in a high-end studio, tags it for SEO, and automatically publishes it to the website and social channels.
Wow, so you're effectively democratizing high-end video production.
Exactly. You get high-volume, professional-looking video inventory, and you do it without adding a single person to your payroll.
So for our listeners in the UAE automotive market, what's the key takeaway?
Stop relying on static images, get over your fear of TikTok, and use automation to scale your output. The technology exists today to solve the workflow problem.
Sebastian, this has been incredibly insightful. Thank you so much for sharing your research with us.
Thanks for having me, Sarah. It's truly an exciting time for the industry.
Now, here's a question for our listeners to think about. If you were buying a car tomorrow, what specific feature would you want to see in a 60-second video before you ever picked up the phone to call the dealer?